All right, everybody. So here we got the Division D East game. That was Jimmy versus LuBu. Game number 1, bringing us to Infernal Shrines. This was picked by LuBu. I believe the map bans were Towers of Doom by That Was Jimmy and Cursed Hollow by LuBu. Hey, Nexus Gaming Series. So for anybody else that doesn't know, I know you guys. Please hang out in this stream for a little bit, but there is going to be a game of the week hosted over in the Nexus Gaming Series channel. That should be awesome. We get all the fancy cartography and overlays and all that fancy stuff. It's going to be happening at 10:30, so right after this cast. So we're going to try to time it out so we can move them right over to you guys. But we're getting into the draft, and we got Deckard Cain being banned out. Now, Mephisto is released for this week, or sorry, he's in Heroes of the Storm, but he is not allowed in NGS for the first 2 weeks available. But there is a Tyrande rework. I believe she's actually pretty strong. She gives pretty good utility for the team fights, getting that Hunter's Mark damage reduction. She pumps out some high damage numbers, man. So I wonder see if we're gonna see her in these few games. But we're already getting the Genji banned out, followed by the Kael'thas. I'm sure the Genji is probably a targeted ban, and they probably just don't want to play against it. The Kael'thas is a little bit more interesting. There's still Azadan available. There's still a Jaina available. There's Li Ming is pretty good on this, decent on this map. Gul'dan. So the fact that they specifically banned out Kael'thas leads me to believe that they probably did a little bit of scouting, and they might know that one of their ranged players likes to play that specific mage.
I shall do what I must.
Does the dog stream also? Unfortunately, the dog does not stream. I'm trying to get a longer USB cable so that way I can actually have a cam on her more often. But man, these guys are not letting me talk about myself because we are here to watch Heroes of the Storm. So that was Jimmy picking up Alexstrasza, probably the best healer for this map, especially since they banned out Deckard Cain right away. So giving the Dragon form onto any Infernal Shrine, it makes it very tough to fight into. You're not expected to kill anybody. She can push you away, makes it very difficult. But on the other hand side, we got Dahaka giving them some global soak, and Jaina, which, again, Kael'thas is banned out, so picking up that Jaina. That was Jimmy finishing up round 1 with the ETC and the Yrel. Not showing their damage yet, knowing that they can leave their damage to provide some counters. Kind of surprised that they would go with the ETC first. Maybe it's a little bit more of a comfort pick. They already have Alexstrasza. Diablo was available, and Diablo is so gross on this map because every objective is surrounded by walls. But picking up the ETC, obviously still good. You get the mosh pits in there if you need it. Provides good peeling if you need it. LuBu banning out that Gul'dan, knowing that Kael'thas is already banned out. They're picked up the Jaina, but I mean, you don't really need a mage on this map. Somebody that can wave clear really well. I mean, anybody can really wave clear really well. You got Greymane that can still do it. Yeah, Phoenix is available. We got if they want to show the Cassia, so they are banning out the Phoenix, knowing that they have that LuBu has the next 2 picks. That's good corporate droning right there. Yeah, I did my part. I did my advertisement for Nexus Gaming Series, but I still got my match, man. All right, so LuBu, they have their tank option to pick up. Like I said, Diablo is still available. They might go for the Joanna to provide some interruption for ETC. Picking up the Junkrat, get a lot of disruption on the point. There's a lot of choke points on this map for a Junkrat concussion mine to be placed. Knock people out of the way. Also really good to knock people out of Alexstrasza's heals. That can be very annoying if the Junkrat is very passive, I guess. Not passive, but patient is the word when he throws out a concussion mine. And actually going for the Rhaegar. So no Tyrande in this game. They're being picked up. So they do pick up the Cassia. I'm just guessing all this stuff all the time. I mean, Cassia's going to be a little bit tougher to get a lot of value out on this match due to who is on the other enemy team. You're going against a Joanna who's already blinding. I mean, Cassia does pretty good poke with her Q build, but you only got the front line of Joanna and Dahaka, and the backliners yeah, it's a little harder to get to that back line. So we'll have to see how Cassia plays out, but they already have the Hanzo who, can just throw out Scatter Arrow and kills like 5 monsters on the point, so that makes it pretty easy. Man, I'm just like burping and hiccuping. It's gonna be tough to talk this time. Alright guys, so we're going into game number 1. Let me know in chat who you guys think has the better team comp here, but take in mind, so that was Jimmy on the left. We got the Jimmy Raynor portrait synergy. Not all the same portraits, but the same theme, so I like it. We got the Cho'Gall on the right. So right off the bat, I think we have to go with that was Jimmy, just because nobody likes Cho'Gall, right? I mean, am I right? So, but in all seriousness, you kind of have to vote for Yrel. I mean, Yrel is just so good. She's not really going to be scared of anybody from LuBu, and she might be able to just kind of run away with it on that backline against the Junkrat and the Jaina. I mean, Joanna can't really peel her. Dahaka can't really peel her. Yrel beats Dahaka in the lane. She has better double soaking if need be. I think Yrel's probably going to be the biggest playmaker here. She's not going to be a noticeable playmaker. She's going to be like that person where she's just always going to be alive and she's always going to be able to be disruptive. But if we can get some big, maybe Ring of Frost and Joanna Blessed Shields, that can be very big with a Junkrat Riptire. But moving into game number 1, we got That Was Jimmy on the blue team, Water Snake on that Alexstrasza, Everstorm on the Yrel, Hit Dog on that Cassia, Pidgelock on the ETC, Bridge Keeper on that Hanzo. And on the right hand side, the red team, we got LuBu, VDZ on the Junkrat, Streakwing on the Rex Rhaegar, Makrota on the Joanna, Bandit on that Jaina, and Alan Hicks on the Dahaka. They're already showing Dahaka in the bot lane. Kind of just a little. You can see Yrel in the top, where it's kind of the typical top lane on this map. At least the meta, I should say, the meta top lane, where we have the 4-man rotate between mid and bot. Maybe they're gonna do a little something different. Maybe they know that we can't win against Yrel, so we're just gonna rotate to her as a 4-man. Maybe they just do 1-1-3 or 1-3-1. That's also okay. Junkrat can poke from the backside, and Dahaka is always gonna be available to get some global. All right, so we got Dahaka gonna push that a little bit. He doesn't have to be too aggressive. And maybe they're expecting not to really get any kills right now, but we're gonna see a Jaina rotate up to Yrel. I think she gets spotted out by the minions. A little bit slow poke, but we're seeing this rotation. I think it might. I mean, we can see it might throw off That Was Jimmy a little bit, just because they're like, hey, what do we do here? But usually the counter to this odd rotation is that you force their camps. I mean, yes, they have a Dahaka, but they're already showing a Junkrat top lane. Junkrat, getting rid of that global, or getting rid of their option for a global, is gonna keep the balance of the team comps. So we do see them already picking up one camp. Let's see if they rotate over to the other. Like I said, Dahaka's here, so he can't make this a 5v4 because he's already there. But opted to be play passive, not rotating into it, especially since Hanzo in the bot lane. But since they got that first clear, they're actually going to see them rotate to the bot lane first and try to take those bot mercs. ETC making sure it just pokes it out. Hanzo does not have the level 4s yet, so it does take them a little bit longer to take this. We're going to have the rotation down. See if they get here in time. They might be able to contest it. They're going to run right on top of it. We're going to have the first little fight here. Jaina, big blizzard hitting 3 members right on top of that Hanzo. And ETC is actually going to go down as well, probably with the body blocks of that Joanna. And that's going to be first blood and the Merc steal for LuBu. So this leaves, they actually have to, this forces That Was Jimmy to have to deal with both Merc camps now. Mid lane pushing out, especially since their ETC died. Bot lane's going to be pushed in. Not with any pressure, but it is available. Let's see how this lane up here is going. We got Junkrat pumping Yrel away. Making sure he stays out of range of the Yrel, because she can heal and he can't. My dog is scratching at her crate because she probably dropped some kibble back there. I like this. Both teams rotating over to their shaman camps right before this right before this objective phase. Now, for that was Jimmy, or any team that has an Alexstrasza on you, you want to be able to rotate to the objective early. Like, you want to have your whole team there because you want to have the lead in monster kills and force the other team to push into your Alexstrasza. Ooh, Bridgekeeper walked on top of the mine, but Junkrat decided not to use it yet. Push into the ETC, but he does have his slide available. Tongue goes out and misses. ETC is looking top of that Junkrat. Dragon's popping out already, forcing out this team fight, so we should see LuBu kind of back away and wait out this dragon. See, this is what I was talking about. So a lot of times, like, the biggest thing about Alexstrasza is this dragon form. But if you, and you know, see how easy it was for everybody to kind of walk away. But if you already have a lead and then you pop dragon form, they can't walk away because then you're basically saying, I'm going to give up this objective. So now with them all re-engaging, we're going to see the 5-man from LuBu coming back in. We got the Tongue from Everstorm, but she's able to jump away. Bomb sitting in place, hoping that they can get somebody out of position with it. I mean, Hanzo might be able to sneak the next 8 of these minions. Alan Hicks looking for that bomb, looking for the Tongue, not getting it quite yet. Not using the bomb, a little bit too late in Cassia, but she's got no mana. Urel's jumping in, gets knocked away, barely heals herself. Looking for Bandit, but not enough. I think that right now they're just trying to focus on getting 3 more minions. Looking to Hanzo to try to get some of that bouncing attack speed. ETC might pay for it, gets the extra slide. There's 37 to 37 only, and then gets the last 3 minions right under their nose of that was Jimmy. If that was Jimmy Downmates, they'll be number 1 Div East. No, they'll be tied, but close enough. So looking at these quest talents, we got the Q from Cassia almost halfway. The simple geometry from Hanzo getting a little bit lackluster, but there hasn't been too much team fighting from them because of the different rotations from LuBu. And immediate full level lead from that Punisher. I like it. Seeing Junkrat in the top lane once again, pushing against that Urel. We got the 4-man versus 4-man here. We're gonna have another team fight. 1 level lead, but there's no big difference. Lots of damage onto Water Snake, and that Blizzard's gonna scare her off the point, and Rhaegar is actually gonna get that kill off of the Alexstrasza. That was actually a really quick puppy bite. Like, I don't even think I even saw him go into wolf form. So once again, LuBu with another camp steal, understanding where their objective pressure and power. They don't even have their Junkrat down there to even need the concussion mine. So Bridgekeeper looking to get some of this mark clear. LuBu continuing their pressure on the map, securing every PvE objective that they can, and then eventually they'll probably start pushing with it. I mean, they have their full level lead still, not allowing that was Jimmy to get any kind of lead here, or at least try to come back at all. Yep, we got this always fun solo lane of Urel doing things against anybody. She doesn't die, but she doesn't lose. She's probably not going to win against the Junkrat just because Junkrat has enough long range poke, but she's probably just having an extremely fun time up there. Almost level 10s. Reach for LuBu. I mean that was Jimmy's catching up a little bit. I mean, they've gotten a sliver more experience caught up on him. Ooh, nice slide to get away from Alan's slithery tongue. Yeah, Hanzo definitely needs that quest done. Sitting at 8 stacks right now. Level 10's reached. We got the Isolation, Ancestral Healing, the Blessed Shield, the Riptire, and Ring of Frost. So hopefully we can get some coordination coming out with Makrata and Bandit calling out that Blessed Shield, Ring of Frost, Riptire combo and just see somebody get deleted. That's always fun to see. So, level 10s, so close. For that was Jimmy. There they are. We got the Ball Lightning, expecting a lot of that grouping up. We got Mosh Pit, Dragon Arrow, Lifebinder, and Ardent Defender from the Urel. Look at that damage real quick. We got Junkrat just getting free poke onto the Urel. So this is kind of fake. You kind of just don't listen to this 13,000 because he's just had free poke the whole game. Jaina's the real damage dealer here. Dahaka doing Dahaka things on the bot lane. Both teams going to be rotating around. The Hawk is actually already basically done with his Essence quest, giving him a lot more health regen. Once again, so we got LuBu's kind of the first one to this temple, but they're probably going to be pushed out. One mosh pit going out. Their damage dealer's not there. They don't have cast. Wait, did I say it was Ball Lightning? I guess it's Valkyrie. Not able to get that final kill on the Jaina, and that's going to pop up the Ancestral to keep her alive. ETC getting pushed away. Pidgelock getting that Life Binder. Going to save him. Riptire coming out. Going to probably hit a huge 4-man Riptire. Granted, Yrel healed most of it. So once again, we got the Dragon Form popped pretty early, so now it's going to become a poke war of who can fight off the other person, but that Junkrat Bomb actually disenergizing against the Blizzard. Would have been a huge Blizzard, but everybody kind of got saved by the other team. Everybody's going to start healing up. ETC's pretty low on mana. All ultimates have been used on every team, so this is literally a poke war. Who can get the most damage out? And the CC, once again, that choke point, that Blizzard doing so much damage. Alex Straza looking to try to get heals up. 30 on 30. This is so close. Everybody's doing the poke, but right now, LuBu looking to capture it because they just have the superior positioning on this second objective. Now, that was a ridiculous team fight, so back and forth with everybody just pressing their R keys. With the second Punisher, I mean, the fact that it's on bot lane and LuBu already has this gate down, I'd like to see that. You already tell, you know, the Junkrat is going to be looking for that concussion mine push. Like as soon as the Punisher jumps on somebody, he throws concussion mine on top of it, tries to knock him onto the opposite side of the wall. Takes 7 minion waves to get from 9 to 10. I did not know that. So good bait over the wall for them. Now keep in mind, this was the map pick for LuBu. So this is their strategy to play this map to decide on their rotations of what they want to do. They've gotten some practice in. So once again, after the objective, everybody kind of opting to do the PvE game, making sure that they're not going to lose any advantages that they have. They're not gaining any more advantage, but they're not losing their current one. So it's always a safe play. So looking at the 13s from LuBu, we got the Earth Shield, the Ice Barrier, making sure Jaina can keep herself alive. They're looking for the gank on Yrel. Now Yrel does have her ultimate available, so she's unkillable, but if they force her to pop it, that's already a win. I think she's able to. She does pop it! Oh my gosh, that's so good for them. That's a 2-minute cooldown. I mean, that's not going to be up for the next objective. I don't think she needed to use it there. I think she, like, after that knockback, I think she was free. But if they can take another fight with Yrel not having her ultimate, you know, she's going to be playing a lot safer now. But that was Jimmy still, you know, making sure they get to level 13s, not giving LuBu any type of team fight advantage positioning. Everybody just rotating out. Level 13's picked. We got the Lifebound. Interesting. Is that really the? Is that usually the pick to reduce the cooldown? I'm actually not sure about that. I mean, I can imagine it is just because it's good. We got the Outdoor Peacekeeper trying to reduce some of that Jaina damage. The Face Melt, keeping them some aggro. We got a little bush, little sneaky bush. Oh, I was hoping Junkrat would be holding that. That'd be so nice if somebody walked into that right into this vent. That would have been such a sick play. So checking out this damage, that was a long team fight last time. Junkrat still really up top with that 26,000. Hanzo with the 18,000. Looking at his quest, he's still only halfway done with this quest. Junkrat, Concussion Mine, providing some zoning tools. One. Valkyrie comes out looking for that. Oh no, they got knocked out of Mosh Pit. 3-man hit on that Ring of Frost, but the Riptire gets blown up, and this is a huge team fight over this objective. Everstorm forcing it back out, does not have her ultimate again, like I said before. So that is a lot of ultimates being popped for just a Shaman camp, honestly. No kills going to either side, so I guess it's a wash. Both healers still have their healing ultimate. So, more benefit for LuBu since they're going to have their Shaman camp pushing during this objective. We're gonna see how they take this team fight. I think the shorter, they're actually Mosh Pit's the only long cooldown, so if they don't take this team fight within the next 25 seconds, which is hard to count out. I mean, I wouldn't be able to count this out either. It looks like they are gonna give it up, saying that they're not gonna have their cooldowns available. I would like to take this fight before 16 though. I mean, they're kind of giving this objective up for free, for really nothing to gain for it. Like, try to push somewhere else. Thinking about it, this Merc camp, if you're giving up an objective, this Merc camp immediately goes into the path of the enemy team. So this Merc camp was essentially useless. I don't want to sound too negative, but it was essentially useless because this is a free clear. That's time you could have spent in a different lane trying to catch up on 16, maybe push a wall, force them off that objective a little bit, and slow them down. But this is going to be a tough defense. We want to see ETC sitting out front to make sure that way they can bait that Punisher jump. Hopefully it doesn't get jumped on top of any of the ET. Okay, Junkrat already threw out a concussion mine, so it was pretty lucky for them. Yrel still sitting in top lane, trying to catch up on Soak. Giving up this fort. Should have a Punisher jump in the next 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, I am so good. Look at that. One Junkrat mine coming out. Being able to knock him away. Dahaka getting that tongue grab. Not able to follow up because he does have that knockback right away. So level 16s now for LuBu. Are they going to be able to punish it? That we got that Best of Jimmy kind of chasing a little bit. They decide not to. Okay with Fear. So we got Ektar in the chat, untapped Fear. Hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. Hopefully these are your competitors and you're trying to do some scouting out for free. We actually got the Radius of Blizzard, making sure that she can get maximum value on those choke points. Along with the spread volley, there's going to be so much AoE healing going on. Remember, the only AoE healing for Alexstrasza is that circle, which I forget what it's called. Abundance. Alright. So, with these 16s, LuBu has kept the level lead the whole game so far. Honestly, I mean, this is a low kill game. Only 0 to 3 kills. That's where you know they're pretty even. Both teams know when they have the advantage and when they don't, so they know to back off, not give up any unnecessary attacks. I mean, a 0 to 3 kill game. We've had 3 objectives and a lot of team fights going off of it. Hanzo's still sitting at the 11 stacks. You know he wants to team fight more and more to try to get those stacks in. Level 16 is finally reached for the Jimmy. Getting that reduced cooldown healing from ETC. The AoE damage from Yrel. Hanzo's looking at that giant killer. Oh, no, sorry, Pierce. Oh, are we gonna see a team fight before the objective? I'd have to say hopefully not, unless they get a pick with this. No, ETC missed the slide. Huge isolation though. Still get the kill on top of Junkrat. Nice Ring of Frost, but hitting timing from Everstorm on that ultimate so that she just healed through it. But they got the again. That's two 2-minute cooldowns for a 30-second death. I mean, honestly, if I'm LuBu, I would walk away from this and say that was a win. That was honestly more of a win for LuBu because they baited out both Dragon and Yrel's ultimate. And now for this next objective, they're not going to have either of those cooldowns, which is in 30 seconds. I mean, there's still going to be another minute before they're going to have the big cooldowns available. But, you know, it's a moral victory for that was Jimmy, the fact that they were able to get that kill. You know, Valkyrie's going to be up in time. Then maybe they'd be able to sneak another one. Looking at this damage real quick, we got Junkrat with the 34, Jaina with the 24, Cassie with 26, not followed real close behind the Hanzo with the Hanzo. Hanzo up to 13 stacks though. Both teams level 16, so everybody knows the talents, right? Memorize it, memorize it. Okay, now we're just watching the game. Going into this poke war. Are we gonna get the Valkyrie coming out? We got Dragon Arrow, Mosh Pit's another 40 seconds. They still know no Dragon Form, still no Yrel ultimate. So how aggro are they going to be? At least this time, both teams are actually on the point. Getting knocked away by that Junkrat. Securing a little bit of extra clear speed for LuBu. Junkrat popping out the spread volley. Keeping them away. We got Valkyrie coming out, not hitting anybody, but they were looking for it. I like the idea. Riptire's coming out. No mosh pit available yet for another 10 seconds. They're probably trying to delay this as much as possible. A big tongue by Alan Hicks. Ridgeback doesn't have the pull yet and is actually going to end up using Lifebinder to keep him alive. And the Junkrat bomb. He is just having a rough time sitting over by himself. He got rooted and then knocked back away into the enemy team. You hate to see it, but good job from LuBu to synergize those abilities. Alex took armor on Q instead of longer Dragon Queen. Yeah, that's true for this map. So, Punisher number 4 going over to LuBu. Now you think that if that was Jimmy had Dragon Queen during that team fight top lane, I have to imagine that they would win that fight, or at least push them off enough to re-engage that fight. But unfortunately, they did use it up earlier. So, LuBu trying to put some pressure. No keeps done for either team. So I mean, this game is still essentially even. These late game death timers, if that was Jimmy gets a God Mosh in the late game and gets a 5-man wipe, they can still push a keep and win. I mean, honestly. Dahaka doing the Haka things, getting them level 20. Looking at the talents once again. Both teams, this is the sneaky play. We got all ultimates up for everybody. Are we going to see they do scout it out by the Dahaka? They get spotted as well. Urel's just walking in there anyways. Bomb gets knocks away. Banking out the Ring of Frost. Here comes Dragon Queen. Valkyrie comes in, but only runs into the wall. Once again, baiting out the Dragon Queen. Getting a lot of damage with that Riptire. And, I mean, Dragon Queen's the cooldown. Like, once that's popped, you just disengage. You fight again. There were 2 ultimates for 2. And I have to say again, LuBu looks like they came out the victors of that. Level 20s. Jaina had not picked her level 20 yet. I feel like, yeah, I was about to say, Jaina's with Ring of Frost is always weird. Because, like, the upgraded Ring of Frost is never, like, it's not that good. But the other level 20s are actually really bad. Ooh, Hanzo did finish his simple geometry. Got the cannonball from Junkrat now. He's going to start pumping out so much damage with that cannonball. Looking for that. Showing the scare with that bomb. Alright, so trying to get level 20s. They don't want to fight quite yet before level 20s unless they are knowing the timers of Junkrat and Jaina's ultimates. But no, they let it go. So hey, it's easier to clear that camp. Wait for 20. Let's try to get a God Mosh. I think that's really what that was Jimmy is banking on, is that God Mosh. And that's all it takes. But we have isolation. I mean, there's a lot of interrupts available for the mosh pit. He's literally gonna have to get 5 people. Level 20 is available. Holding the camp a little bit. I like it. Sneaky, sneaky. Junkrat can place something there to if anybody tries to jump on top of it. But, you know, LuBu sees everybody on the map. They can kind of just hold it around. Nobody. There's only Dahaka show. Actually, Dahaka's not even shown yet. So right now, that was Jimmy does not know where LuBu is. They can make assumptions, but they don't know where he is. Junkrat ending up taking that team fight. Level 20 is finally reached. Where that was Jimmy. We got the blessing of the red. So now we're going to probably hope, if the game keeps going and going, then Alex Straza is going to allow it to give her teammates some extra health to start off the team fights. Cassia going with that imprisoning light. I don't think I actually really seen that ultimate too much. Now we got the Shaman camp pushing top lane. That's going to allow their catapults to really be aggressive. We got again once the team fight. And a lot of times, I mean, that was Jimmy wants to be here first. Dahaka's zoning up for this position. I like this position from LuBu. Look, the 2 tanks up front on the 2 choke points. Dahaka, Joanna being kind of the bot lane. We got everybody else being on the other side. Concussion mine going on, not hitting anybody. So that's a time that they probably want to jump in. I mean, we're ETC. We're going to have catapults on the core. So this puts a time limit on that was Jimmy to make a play. Valkyrie coming out, only hitting the Joanna. Here comes the mosh pit. Misses two people. The Rip Tower was interrupted, however. Jaina's taking a lot of damage in the backside, having to use that ice block. Alexstrasza using the life binder is able to keep herself alive, along with the Lorel popping that Ardent Defender. Nobody has died yet. Looking at that ETC slot, power slide, looking for Alan Hicks. Finally able to get one kill. They do have Dragon Form this time, so the healing is there. It's actually critical. This is the perfect team fight that they wanted to take. Finally using the Dragon Queen at the end of the team fight instead of the beginning. No, but Junkrat, don't let Junkrat steal it. Please don't let Junkrat steal it. One more. Oh, wait. I wasn't even paying attention. The catapults. Oh, I don't think they were paying attention either. Oh, feels bad, man. I don't think anybody was paying attention to that. That or they just said, screw it, we just have to go for it. Oh man, that shaman camp really allowed those catapults to stack up. I wasn't even looking at the core because that team fight was so good. That's so funny. So congratulations to LuBu, game number 1. And, can't say much more about that. I mean, a lot of that game really came down to the positioning of that was Jimmy versus LuBu on those objectives. LuBu was just able to get there first. They were able to force out Dragon Queen in times that were not favorable for that was Jimmy. And I mean, like, they were just able to take all the team fights. Like you said, that last team fight was it wasn't perfect. It could always lose some work, but it was the idea that Jimmy should be going for the whole game. Get there earlier, get positioning on them, get to about 15 to 20 or like 15 minions. Once you get those 15 minion monsters, if you're ahead of the other team, or even if you're tied with the other team, then pop Dragon, force the other team out, clear out the rest of the minions, get 40, win the objective. But so that last game, the fact that they got Dragon Queen out at the end, they won that team fight, like easily won that team fight, and that could have given them some momentum. But Winions always end up coming out alive. Watching chat, rewatching my cast on the other screen, and yeah, you definitely see that core is just going down like consistently. It's going down so fast. But I was not paying attention to it because the team fight was so good. All right, guys, so let's move on to game number 2. I'm going to get the lobby set up here. So give me about a 2 to 3 minute break. It's likely I will start it early, so stick around. One sec. Alright guys, so we are still getting the lobby set up for game number 2, but the timer ran out on my clock, so I figured I might as well switch scenes anyways. Get some view of the cute pupper over there. So that was an exciting game number 1. I hope you guys are enjoying that in chat. Thanks for Ektar and Untapped Fear and Zul Rules and all you guys hanging out here and keeping the chat active. What's my dog doing? Laying away from the camera, so that's always good. Good modeling, dog. Good job. So that is Mika. Usually I have another camera faces where she usually lays down, but I don't have a long enough USB cable. So I am cheating the system and putting her up there. So like I said, still setting up game number 2. We are going to be going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. She's going to be, what is she doing? What are you doing? Trying to get comfortable. Mika, lay down. Good girl. So, we do have the lobby. Everybody's in the lobby now. We're waiting on some tech issues. So how'd you guys like that game? I mean, like, it was good. I saw in chat that you guys were saying that, the healers were on their A game when the game ends 2-4 on kills. I mean, honestly, both. Like, both teams, they knew where they could take their advantages. They knew where they needed to back up because they did not have the advantage. They didn't give up on any unnecessary kills. Team fights, maybe they could have been a little bit more ham. A lot of teams, they would lose one person, they'd immediately back up. Sometimes you can trade, but I guess they kind of found out that the heals from LuBu were just keeping everybody alive too much. Yeah, grabbing camps and sitting on them because they knew they aren't missing soak was good. I mean, that shaman camp was literally play of the game on holding that shaman camp at the end there, because that shaman camp pushed out the lane, allowed the catapults to really build up really quickly, and won the game before the objective was even done. We may have been drawing out that team fight intentionally. Ooh, Bandit coming in with the spice. They knew what they were doing the whole time. No luck out there. Easy to win the game when you lose 3 members, right? So, both teams are ready. Let's head into the draft of game number 2. Alright, game number 2 of That Was Jimmy versus LuBu, taking us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Now, so like I said in the very beginning, LuBu is 10-0 in the Division D East right now. That Was Jimmy is 8-2. This is their best chance to kind of show some blood against LuBu, saying that they can be beaten. Don't let them come away with a 2-0 victory. Come on, Jimmy. Everybody rally. Everybody rally. Bring it in for Tomb of the Spider Queen. This is the map picked by you. Hopefully you have a sick strat coming in here. So, right off the bat, LuBu once again banning out the Genji. Jimmy once again banning out the Kel'Thas. Now, maybe they just don't like playing against Kel'Thas. But a first ban, I mean, that's kind of showing notes. Are they going to ban out the Azanan again? Are we going to see... Like, was there anybody that was... I mean, there's, again, like, there weren't really any playmakers last game. I mean, Junkrat did really well with his bombs. I think it was really just the team as a whole really understood what they needed to do to win and where they had their advantages, and they kept it going. So, I'd really like to see, kind of that team cohesion again in game number 2. Hopefully... That Was Jimmy can also pick up their cohesion and move into, and at least bring it out to a draw, bring some blood from the reigning champs. Banning out the Alex draws on this map. There was a ban on Decker Kane. Is that going to bring prioritization to the white main? Maybe Rhaegar. There was a Rhaegar last game. Once again, LuBu picking up that first pick, Jaina. They like the Ring of Frost. They like that Blizzard. I mean, she is the strongest mage right now, so it is always a solid pick. We have the Joanna and the Gul'dan on the other hand side. So we got Joanna's able to just kind of walk up to Jaina. Gul'dan provides that consistent spell damage, getting a lot of dots out there. Honestly, I would really like to see LuBu to pick up the white main. White main's probably one of the best healers against Gul'dan because, yep, there it is. And with the Diablo's also really good on this map again. The turn-in points all full, surrounded by walls, along with the middle section also being a wall. So Diablo can get a lot of charge points. What does Jimmy ban out? They probably don't need to ban out Aslan. Maybe they still ban out the Phoenix because there is going against a Jaina, Diablo, and a white main that can all slow. There it is, perfect. I kind of know things. And LuBu. They're seeing like going against Gul'dan. You already have Diablo and white main. I mean, that's a solid comp already. Do you ban out? So I was thinking Blaze, honestly, because I think Blaze with Bunker might be the only thing that can really save them from the Diablo Breath and the Ring of Frost. We'll see if Jimmy picks it up. Blaze is strong on this map. Bunker is really strong. Defense and Untapped Fear. You guys must all be the Div D competitors in here, knowing each other. They do pick up the Blaze and going for the Tychus. I was going to say Tychus earlier against the Diablo. Tychus is not the best into white main or Jaina, but, you know, being able to shred a Diablo is always fun. They have Odin available for pushing with the objective or against the objective to defend. Gul'dan to defend. Blaze to defend. They have ways to delay push from LuBu. Granted, they should be focusing on winning the push. Go with that. LuBu picking up the Zagara and Muradin. So the double front line followed up with the Zagara auto attacks and the Jaina. So, man, that is not something you would have expected, especially against the Tychus. I mean, they already see a Tychus. Tychus is getting a lot of options here, but that's two big stun targets and two big dive targets, two big dive heroes that have a stun. So Muradin can jump on Tychus, get a stun. Diablo can charge onto Tychus and get a stun. So Tychus is actually going to be pretty scared here. And then we do see the Tyrande. So we're going to have... Does Hunter's Mark stack with Tychus's percent damage on his minigun? I actually do not know. Can somebody test that in try mode real quick and tell me? Ooh, right when I read in chat, no NGS love for new Tyrande, right after she's picked. That timing, though. So, going into game number 2, the double front line versus the Tychus Gul'dan. Bringing out the Zagara versus the Blaze, so that does win the bot lane. We got about the same rotation between the Jaina and the Gul'dan Tychus. Now, the only difference there is that if Jaina gets distracted in any way by the tank, then, and she uses Blizzard in some way that's not on the wave clear heavily goes down to, that was Jimmy. Like, I mean, they're not really, I feel like Jimmy's not really scared of anything, honestly. Like, what are they scared of? Lightning Breath? I just don't see the kill pressure. With the Zagara, I just don't see as much kill pressure coming out for LuBu. But they have a lot of sustaining. So, game number 2, Water Snake on that Tyrande. For the left-hand side, that was Jimmy. The Water Snake on the Tyrande. Everstorm on the Blaze. We got Pidgelock on the Joanna. Bridgekeeper on the Gul'dan. Hit Dog on the Tychus. I remembered to switch overlays right away, so that's good. I broke my streak of doing that incorrectly. And speaking of streaks, we got Streak Queen on the white main. Makrata on the Diablo. Bandit on that Jaina. Alan Hicks on the Muradin. And VDZ on the Zagara.
Let the battle begin.
So let's see how this plays out with the Muradin Diablo frontline. Always a stance. Everstorm, that's the Blaze. Hitting up in chat, I like it. Gotta hit up chat in between games. Alright, so right now, LuBu, once again, not opting to do any type of that rotation game. They're saying that's too meta for us. We're going to do our own thing. So, Muradin trying to get some stacks in. We got Tychus going down to the Zagara a little bit. We got some Bridgekeeper coming out. Make sure you get some wave clear. We're actually going to see kind of an invadement on the Blaze missing the stun, so he's able to just walk away. But it's going to be pretty tough. Unless Blaze can get right on top of the Zagara, it's going to be pretty tough for him to fight in that lane now. It looks like they're kind of just opting to give up all rotation power, and Alan Hicks is just going to run around with the rotation, leave Diablo and Jaina. I want them to see pretty aggressive rotations here. They have the Tychus to be aggressive. You know, if they're going to show that they're going to split these people up, rotate aggressively. Be like, okay, if you're going to only leave 2 people top lane all the time and 2 people mid lane all the time, let's just make it a 4v2 on top. I mean, Diablo and Jaina are both easily killable. We got Jaina actually sneaking down to these bottom Merc camps. Hopefully, let's see if it gets sniffed out by... that was Jimmy. I mean, Jaina takes a little while to take him. I mean, he gets help from Zagara, I guess. A little bit of aggressiveness there. Looks like Jaina is going to get away with this for free. Going to be completely out of mana. Now, how does Jimmy react to this? What are they going to be able to do? You know, I mean, I kind of like this from LuBu. They're saying like, hey, it's not a big deal to take some tower damage as long as we win the turn in, and that's kind of what they're opting for here with their rotations. Hit Dog getting a rotation down here to help him clear the Merc camps, but actually taking a lot of damage. You know, LuBu playing the passive game. They're just saying, hey, we don't need to be aggressive on these rotations. You're going to win it anyways. I mean, eventually we'll start taking some structure damage. The Zagara just providing so much vision here, not allowing them to get an aggressive rotation on top of this 4-man. Big, huge 3-man stun. Gul'dan coming from the top lane. We're getting a lot of dot damage, but that White Mane has not used any mana yet, and she's up to what? Oh shoot. And she's up to 3,400 healing versus the 3,400 of Tyrande. Or I guess Tyrande hasn't used any mana either. You know, Blizzard reworks and Blizzard heroes, they're always balanced. BDZ was on the Junkrat last game, so that is their solo laner, now playing the Zagara this lane game. Alan Hicks was on that Tahaka, now playing the Muradin. So they definitely have an interesting way to do their team. But this map, you know, can always be snowballed. White Mane taking into kind of a pretty aggressive rotation here. Gets saved by the Diablo charge, having to finally use up all of her mana to keep herself alive. But who's going to get this first turn in? Gem counts are about even with both people. Don't check Bush with the corruption. We do have the corruption stacks at 16, halfway right now. Now we get the defense game. We're going to have Alan Hicks rotating back and forth. Now they're always going to be able to see the bot lane with this creep, so it's going to be really tough for them to turn in bot lane. So you'll probably expect to see LuBu try to prioritize that bot lane to if they need to turn in. So if we see Diablo go down there, Zagara's already been keeping her gems off. So are they going to be able to poke Diablo off? They're not. If they're going to check it, no. LuBu getting the first turn in for free. Are they going to be able to snowball with this? There's a lot of wave clear coming out of, that was Jimmy. Level 7's almost reached. They're going to hit level 7 for, both teams are playing at level 7s for this defense. Baneling's slow enemies from the Zagara. We got give them the axe from the Muradin, since there are slows. A lot of slows from the other team, from the rest of his teammates. Yeah, but between Gul'dan and Tychus, I think they have a pretty good, easy wave clear here. Interesting build out of the Diablo, kind of going a mixture of auto attack and W build. One wave, Web Weaver down. May be able to get a tower. Don't get a tower on the top lane. Don't get anything on the mid lane. Zagara is getting a lot of work bot lane, though. I mean, Zagara is just punishing this Blaze. Hopefully we see some rotations there. But this is the chance for Jimmy to catch up. Get a turn in. Get some of this structure damage on their side. They're going to have a lot more pressure once they do it. Zagara is looking to take those giants on the bot lane. See if Blaze sniffs it out. He gonna walk down here? He is gonna run down, but there's gonna be the Jaina here as well to but gets kind of baited by the Jaina. The rest of her team's coming in to try to help her out. Does Everstone lose? It does not end up dying with the heals from Tyrande. Joanna, though, does get a turn in. Now, if they get some clear on these this Merc camp down here, allow their bottom... I actually think that they need to push in bot lane against the Zagara, not give her free reign against the Blaze. If kind of open it up, gets rid of her creep tumors, make sure that she can be susceptible to some ganks. Look at that Tyrande owl hitting right onto the Zagara, and her creep spread here is just, you know, it's so annoying to deal with. Pretty even on the talent, on the experience thus far compared to last game. We got, and now again, we only have the Zagara for wave clear and the Jaina for wave clear. So it does take him a little bit longer. Tychus, oh, just barely out of range for that stun. Got the 4-man push here. Like I said, they are pushing bottom to try to get some of that even structure damage. Too bad they did not get the well for that Zagara. They are able to get the well in mid lane, and that's actually gonna give level 10 for that was Jimmy. Now 10's reached for both teams. We got the Maw coming out. Scarlet Aegis for the big AoE heals. Ring of Frost with combo with some Maws and Lightning Breath. First fort going to that was Jimmy. Slightly different from last game. Interesting that he went with quarterback for the Tychus, knowing that there are the 2 big stuns plus a root from Whitemane. I think that he's going to be their biggest damage dealer, so he'd want to keep himself alive the most. Oh, but are they gonna defend this? Oh no, they get a free turn in top. They're gonna turn it back around. Oh no, they didn't have enough. Cigar needs to turn in. They should see it. Hopefully somebody goes up there. No, don't give it to him for free. Nice rotation from LuBu, immediately running down here to stop them from getting to force. That was Jimmy from not getting a turn in. Ring of Frost going out. Bunker coming out. Getting that. Wait, I did not know that operated that way. If you put the Maw right on top of the bunker, you could just get out on the side of it. So that's kind of nice. A lot of ultimates going out. Odin's in process right now. So that's every ultimate for that was Jimmy going out. Lightning Breath still available. Avatar still available. But all of the Web Weavers are pushed pretty far out. Gives them free wave clear on here. Going auto attack sniping? Yes, definitely on this map. Especially against if you know that you're going to be in the solo lane. Leaving everybody to get that free wave clear. Have the 4-man looking to go bot. Right after this Web Weaver. So, I like it. LuBu giving up this bot for knowing that Web Weaver takes it for free. So, this is going to be structure damage. It's going to be even. Yep, just about even. All the walls are down. Are they going to gank on the Blaze? Blaze is... Ooh. Okay, good. Was able to get away. Danny's gonna get some free damage. Take another tower. Consolation prize for jumping on that Blaze. That was Jimmy, still ahead. No kills for either team yet. Let's look at the damage. I mean, there's still a lot of damage that's been going on. I mean, Gul'dan's been getting a lot of poke damage. Zagar's just been getting free damage on Blaze, so that's kind of not accurate. Jaina's only at 9,000, sitting at 4,000 on her ice block. Not really any big team fights yet. There was that team fight when LuBu was trying to delay them from interrupting the top lane, and nothing came of it. I think Gul'dan's just looking to get some corruption stacks, which will be a lot more scary and cause Whitemane a little bit. When I sidestepping against Alan Hicks, he still has his jump away, waiting to save it. Nice spear to secure that kill. Odin sitting in the maw. We got corruptions finished up by the Gul'dan. They're gonna start chasing now with that fear on the Muradin. I got Tyrande popping out the Starfall. Now I didn't mention this. I should have. I'm a bad referee. I should have mentioned this earlier. But so Shadowstalk is only banned on Dragonshire and Volskaya, things that can have a vehicle, because there is a bug where Tyrande Shadowstalk can stealth the vehicle. But it is allowed on any other map, or in Dragonshire. So it's allowed on any other map. So they didn't have to take Starfall here. They could have taken Shadowstalk if they wanted to. But too late now. Can't do that back. Alright, so we got that Gul'dan damage coming out now. Pressuring in this bot lane with the Giants. Now, Knights are going to push out mid Web Weaver for free. They have level 13s. I like this aggression that they're showing. Zagara is showing top. They know it's a 4v5 here. They only have Jaina to wave clear. So after the Blizzard, they're kind of free to do whatever they want. One Blizzard going out. Forcing out the Unstoppable from Joanna. So that's most of their wave clear now. And you can see them. I mean, Web Weaver, that Blizzard wasn't even on the Web Weaver. So this is actually still going to push in. I think they should go for keep. They know Zagara is top lane. If they get a kill, another fear onto the Murden, trying to stop his jump, but he is able to get away. Joanna's in trouble, does have the Unstoppable to keep herself alive. There's the bunker. Web Weaver is just about done. Unfortunately, if they were able to kill that Murden, that would have been an easy kill. Tychus, no, he gets caught in the maw, got too greedy with that minigun, and he is 100% dead, losing out 20 gems. So too bad that if they were just barely able to get that Murden fear and secure that kill, I think it would have turned a different direction. But, you know, still pretty even on structures on both teams. Now that was Jimmy keeping that level lead. Hopefully they can keep this advantage with the more structures down. They have more room to kind of defend these turn-ins. Neither team has the turn-in now. Ooh, Bridgekeeper. Oh no. Oh no, there's a charge on both. Can be stunned here, trying to save herself. Water Snake not paying off, and with that healer kill, LuBu immediately rotates to the boss, and I don't think there's anything that Jimmy can do about it. I mean, they have fear, but I mean, they're not going to be able to go in here. They would die for it. I like it. So this technically, knowing that you lost the healer here, instead of trying to run into here, because I mean, you don't fight this. Please, you don't fight this. Really? Do you? You're really banking on that. Ring of Frost coming out. We have bunker available. Fear going out. There's the bunker on the other side. I mean, are they gonna steal this? No way. Diablo dies. Odin's being popped. Dragon. Are they gonna keep? They're gonna re-engage the boss. They take this without Tyrande, and they get a kill for it. That is such a win for Jimmy. Like, holy cow, is that a win for Jimmy. So, and they're about to hit level 16. Let's look at this damage real quick. Actually, there's a team fight. Murden gets blown up. Maul not coming out fast enough to save him. Joanna's just going to walk out of there. I wanted to look at this damage, but level 16, we got the giant killer grenade from Tychus. I'm actually surprised Joanna, I guess they didn't need him once they were winning. But Gul'dan not taking his level 16s yet. I would expect to see the corruption, because there's so much team fighting going on. Is Pidgeot going to die? Nope. Gets the heals from Tyrande and himself. Still utilizing that level 16. Looking for Bandit. A lot of damage on her. Murden getting that peel, but do they stay here for the keep? Nice stun. Followed up with that Tychus. But he's getting shot by the tower. He's able to slow and walk away. Murden getting that one stun. No, don't die. Huge fear. Saving Hit Dog as well. Murden is able to pop the avatar and get away. So, what I was trying to do originally was look at damage. Gul'dan sitting at 54,000. Tychus sitting at 37. Jaina sitting at 31. So there's just so much damage for that was Jimmy. They still have 16s. They see Zagara up top. Ooh, but how do they position here? This can be invaded. They have everybody. There's the Maw. We have Bunker not available for 2 seconds. We have Odin. No, there goes Bunker. Barely able to save him. So much damage from that Gul'dan. Joanna's trying to sit on top of that thing for as long as she can, but she's got no mana. Diablo dies in the backside. Everstorm still somehow staying alive, getting in and out of that bunker, and taking 3 kills with that Merc camp. You have to think of LuBu saying, was that worth it? And it was 100% not worth it. And I need to really work on taking this talents away during a team fight. So with those night camps, they're going to push into a keep. They could go core. If they get a kill of any type. Okay, they're going to opt to not go core. Yeah, maybe. They don't know what they want to do. They do not have a turn in yet. They're going to opt to go for another keep. Try to anyways. They're both level 16. Finally level 16 is reached for LuBu. We got the charge. So, LuBu, do they play the passive play? They got keep down mid, so there's always pressure on that lane as well. Maybe they can get the Winions on this game as like what happened to them last game. Like it's sitting at 125 stacks. Somebody do that math. 125 times 0.03 is 6 seconds? No. 4 extra seconds, right? At 0.03. Yeah, 4 seconds. All right. I want to see. This is Jimmy playing for the level 20. They have so much time. There's nowhere that LuBu has enough gems to turn in. They don't need to team fight. Please wait till 20. Please, 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 please. They don't need to turn in. All right, we got one team fight going out. Murden misses the stun. Trying to get some corruption stacks in there. Knights are. We got catapults and knights pushing mid. I mean, maybe they're just trying to delay this as much as possible. They are poking them out. One stun going out. This is might play right into their hands. A big corruption stack. Zagara gets deleted. Big fear on 3 members. Putting Jaina in the opposite team fight. You know, I mean, they could say, yeah, we can wait for 20, or we can just win this game now because just, you know, let's just win. I mean, who needs to wait to 20 when you can just have, as Hector, no, as Untapped Fira said, balls of absolute titanium. I mean, going right to core, only 20 seconds left. They have web weavers as well, so they will defend. They will be the backup, and it looks like they are spilling first blood for LuBu in their series, possibly bringing them to a draw. Most likely bringing them to a draw. Level 20 is finally reached. Do they all pick it up? Muradin sacrificing himself in the end, but there is nothing LuBu can do here, and that is going to be their first loss of their NGS. First, I think this is the first NGS season for LuBu, and you know, that was Jimmy, team number 2, showing up to play, bringing out the draw. So congratulations. And I did tell them, I told them game number 2 was the most important game, because that means we can have an interview afterwards, and should be a pretty spicy interview. So let's see if we could bring in, what's that guy's name? Bridgekeeper, I guess, or rather he can say who he wants to bring in. I can't whisper him. Oh no. Wait, is my stuff broken? Timo? I can't join a... Wait. Timo. My stuff is broken.
All right. Let me.
Wait, what's happening?
I'm doing an interview with Io.
Wait, I closed out of Discord. I can't access it again. Something's broken.
We
All
can
right.
move you? Question mark?
Can you
It's
move
just
me to
based on
the...
how the game's going. It's like a win more situation.
All right. I'm messing up. All right, so I am messing up team. Let's see if we can get anybody in here. If, for those of you that don't want to hang out for the interview, if I do get somebody, then as Hector has already said in chat, The Nexus Gaming Series Twitch channel does have the game of the week going on right now. I think they probably just started a couple minutes ago. So you can head over to there. I will allow it at this point because we've already seen the end of both matches. Nobody cares about me talking now. So if you do hang out here for the interview, if I get anybody in here, I can't.
Howdy.
Hey, okay, I was just typing somebody else on your team. I couldn't tell because you don't accept whispers, so I didn't know any way to get to you.
Apologies. I forgot I had that setting up.
That's okay. I already had some Discord trouble, so it's all good on one side. So congratulations, giving the first loss to LuBu. How does that feel?
It feels really good. Coming into today, that was my main goal for the day. If we went 1-1, that was all I wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, it shows that you guys can spar with the top of the team right now. Now, granted, it's only week 3. I mean, there's still, 3 more weeks, 3 more rounds of some 6 more games, I think. So, I mean, there's still more reason for some other team to also bring down LuBu or to bring down you guys. So, I mean, but showing right now, I mean, being 1-2 and taking it to a draw means you're pretty even.
Yeah.
This proves the point. So, I guess bringing into game number 1, you guys having the Alexstrasza there were a lot of times that the team fights were going and you guys had to pop Alexstrasza either too early or in a different team fight altogether before the objective. Do you guys... I'm not trying to sound mean here. I'm realizing as I'm saying this sounds not the best. But, like, do you guys have a lot of practice with Alexstrasza on that map, especially being a first pick?
I wouldn't say recently. Recently, we've usually tried to focus a little more on a couple of different healers. So I think that definitely showed a little bit in our play the first game. Yeah. So yeah, that was one of the unfortunate bits about the first game that I definitely think we can work on.
Yeah, I mean, there's always room for improvement there, especially if you guys are rewatching this cast. You hear me mention it a lot. But even with all that, you guys still had a fairly even game, even though it probably didn't feel like that as you were playing it. I mean, the kills were 2-4 at the end. I mean, all the team fights were just... it would be even only one person dying and everybody backing up. So all in all, it was still a very even game, even though it didn't look it based off of structure damage. It's just so congratulations there, honestly.
Thank you.
Moving into game number 2, you see LuBu picking up Diablo and then the Muradin. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, okay, they're trying to play really, really safe. So they pick people that aren't going to die. We figure there's another solo lane, probably someone squishy coming out, like either Junkrat or as they picked Zagara. So our game plan coming into the second round was to just go through their front line, front to back, win a team fight that way.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, game number 2, this Tune the Sparkling was almost completely different in the first game because it was way more aggro, way more aggressive, finishing the game up with 12 kills to 2. Your Gul'dan honestly was doing work. You're getting fears on the Muradin to get the kills. You're getting so many stacks on the corruption. That's really what ended up most of the team fights. But I gotta talk about that boss play. What are your calls going in there? You don't have your Tyrande. You don't know what the status is of the rest of their team, and you still go in. Like, what?
Yep.
What are your? I mean, what was the thinking behind that?
So Tychus was able to pop some vision, and we go, okay, we know they've got a lot of cooldowns that have been used. We think we can take at least a fight and pull them off of it. It turns out once our tanks walked in, Diablo was low. Once we saw that, we knew we were able to engage and just go straight for that fight.
It was. I was saying the whole time, it's like, there's no way they do this. Are they doing it? There's no way. Don't do this. Don't do. I was like, but and then you guys turned it so easily. I was like, oh my god, what a play. But
we had Horrify up, so if we were going to make a play for the boss point, we were ready for that too.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying as well. Like, there is Horrify, but it's harder to get through that front line to get the Horrify in position. But you guys made it work. And then following up on that, I mean, you guys got good push, and then you're sitting there with a fight 19 to 16. You're only half a level away from 20, and you take another team fight where you don't need to. But granted, you dominate it. But so, what are your calls during these situations? Are you guys really calling out the experience gain, or is somebody else, like, do you guys do one person shot calling, or like the whole team kind of gives input?
The entire team definitely gives input. I think that's really important to make sure that it's all the way not on one person's shoulders. But with that team fight specifically, we knew we had the stronger team fight from the rest of the game previously. And so we were really aiming on our Blaze. He was calling out, if there is a group of 3, I'm going in. He saw it, and he went in. Now, he only hit Diablo with that engine, but the Joanna followed up, and we were able to land all our damage on the majority of their team to pull that fight in our favor.
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous. You guys definitely showed so much power in that Tomb of the Spider Queen game, which was your map pick, so I guess that's something to be said for any future teams.
Won on their home game.
Yep, there you go. So, I guess that's it for questions of this. So, congratulations again for bringing out the draw, making sure that you can show the #1 team that they can bleed for any of those future teams that play them next. Do you got any shout outs that you want to give?
Yeah, I've got 2 this time. The first is for Hit Dog. Just calling him out, make sure he works on those Valkyrie poles.
Yeah.
And next one's gonna be for Sawyer, and just Water Snake. Let him know that he's been doing pretty good on support. I think he definitely needs to brush up on his Alexstrasza, but I think we're gonna have a really strong team.
Yep, I think you guys both look good. So, once again, congratulations and good luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
Yep, see ya. All right, guys. So honestly, that was both really fun games. Even though I know game 1 looked kind of boring, but it was very methodical and thought out if you really analyze it further. So congratulations. And then game number 2 with those risky plays. I mean, that was Jimmy was saying, this is our game, and it was really fun to watch. So congratulations to both teams and good luck in the future. And that's going to be it for me. I don't really do too much social media. I do have a YouTube, which I post all of the NGS VODs to, so you can check that out. It should be in the link in my description, and you can follow that if you need to. Obviously, I appreciate any follows here or subscriptions. But I'm trying to stream a little bit more often. Obviously, I'm doing NGS casting, and I have my own team, the blue team in Division B East, that we also play. Still have our 3 matches to do for this round, so that's coming up next week. But I'm going to host us over, try not to take too much more time, host us over to the Nexus Gaming Series Game of the Week, so definitely check that out. But I have to urge to, if you do stay in this channel when it hosts over, please refresh and specifically type in Nexus Gaming Series. It allows the channel to count more viewer, or not count, I don't want to say double counting, but like if a host doesn't quite count as viewer count, so if you refresh and go there specifically by yourself, then it counts as a viewer, and we're trying to bring the Nexus Gaming Series channel into the partner mode. They're already affiliates, trying to get them up to partner. So please, I'm gonna move you over there, and then please hit refresh. So thanks all, hit me follow, and have a good night.